You're back. Thank you for stopping by, or maybe it is your first time, but I'm Roxanne, and this is Everything About Hallmark, and I'm here to discuss that delicious hot air balloon sneak peek between Lucas and Elizabeth, and I have a little tidbit of, behind the scenes info. Okay, you stay tuned. Since you're here, click the button and subscribe, and also click the bell and the word all for notifications. First, let's talk about the hot air balloon. Why is it even next to the school? Is it because the school's located to a wide open space and it would need that to launch off safely? Or is it because maybe the children were learning something in school about hot air balloons and Lucas was able to bring it to the town and the children could experience it? I'm not sure. I mean, that all sounds logical. So that's my first question to you. When the video is over and you're finished watching, would you please go into the comments and would you please put your ideas of why the hot air balloon is even there? Okay, so then next, I wanted to point out the whole intimacy of the hot air balloon. So this is a small space. Lucas and Elizabeth are in it and they're up in the air. Where would they ever have a more intimate space to be together than there? I mean, if they're in his office, there could always be someone knocking on the door and Gustav coming in and interrupting their conversation, or maybe, like kissing, whatever it is. Even if they're at her house, they could have the neighbor come over, little Jack could wake up and be there. But my point is, they're up in the air. Who's interrupting them up in the air? So while they're in the air, they are in that little space together. And I'm thinking, what in the world are they talking about? What do you think they're talking about? That's my second question. Let me know in the comments, what would Elizabeth and Lucas conversation be up in the balloon? And also, I'm thinking maybe they won't be having a conversation. Maybe they'll be kissing. Okay, what do you think? So now we see them together and she has pure joy. She's excited, but she's afraid or scared or frightened, whatever word you want. And she leans into him and she's like, oh, are you sure? And he's like, trust me. And I love when he says, trust me. He's not going to let anything happen to her. And then he says, very casually, he knows what he's doing because he knows how to operate a balloon. And we're all like, oh, okay. And she says, why am I not surprised? He gets that snarky though, look on his face. And he's like, yeah, I know how to do this. I'm like, wow, that's insight to Lucas Bichard's background. And to make this even more delicious, I'm like, I need to know all about what it takes to operate a hot air balloon. So I am inviting Sandi. Her name is Sandi, and she and her husband, they run a business and they are balloon pilots. And she will be on this Sunday, the 23rd at 8 o'clock. So tune back in so we can hear the whole, it's rooted, the whole history of ballooning is rooted in some really romantic history. And she's going to share it with us. And we'll glean some insight, hopefully, into Lucas Bichard's background. Now, here they are again. As I was saying before, they're in that little space, the two of them. She leans into him and holds on to him, for safety and protection. And of course, he gives her that little kiss and that nuzzle with his nose, and he's got his arms around her. She's in his, leaning back into him. They've got body contact. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And I remember recently it wasn't an interview. It was more like, I guess it was an interview, but it was written. It was in a blog. And they were asking Erin about the new season. And one of the things that she said was there will be some more steamy scenes between the two. And I'm thinking this scene just right now is steamy and it's in front of children. When they're up in the air, it has the potential to get really steamy. So I love this scene also because it's reflective of who they are. It's exciting. It's intimate. and we're getting to see them get to be more intimate, but it's also exciting and fun. And there is that exciting and fun inside of Lucas, and he's bringing it to Elizabeth again, and she hasn't had exciting and fun in forever. Do you remember when Jack, he was very exciting and fun and doted on Elizabeth. Do you remember when he rode her to the middle of the pond? They had some intimacy there, but they were able to do that in public where people from far away could see them, which would make it polite for polite society. However, they had some alone time. And this kind of reminds me of it. Of course, Lucas and Elizabeth are adults. They're much older than when Elizabeth was when she met Jack. And of course, she's a mom now. She was a wife and a mom, all of that good stuff. But still, it is just, oh my gosh, so romantic. And I'm so over the moon for it. I cannot wait. Also, just a little piece of information. It's not even a real balloon. It's visual effects. So it's not real. They didn't really get up in the balloon and it really wasn't launched. I'm sure that would have been a whole host of safety reasons there, because although Lucas Bichard might know how to control or to work a balloon, I don't think that Chris McNally does. So anyway, it's exciting. Please put in the comments, answer those 2 questions if you can, and anything else you want, I invite you to. The one is, why would the balloon even be there? What could the possibilities be? And 2, what do you think they're talking about, if they're talking at all in that balloon? Okay, thank you for tuning in. It's just getting closer and closer, and I'm going crazy. Are you? I am. I'm going crazy. I am. Thank you for indulging me. Thank you for watching, and thank you for commenting. You have a good day. Bye.